Hello students, I am Dr. Saroj Hole. Today I will teach you data converters. So Lord Kelvin William Thomson was an eminent physicist with a wide range of interest. He he realized that it would be useful to be able to define extremely low temperatures precisely when he was continued to study the nature of heat. The first telegraph cable was successfully installed by him under the Atlantic Ocean. He invented absolute temperature scale, now called as a Kelvin scale, and also formulated the second law of thermodynamics. He was the best remembered for his talent for theoretical mathematics. He also had a practical ability for solving the problems. So an analog signal varies smoothly and continuously with time, whereas a digital signal changes its level in discrete steps and the signal in series of pulses. Most of the signals available are analog in nature, for example, variation of temperature with time, sound, energy, etc. But all the circuits studied till now do not respond to analog signal. Sometimes the peripherals connected to digital system responds to analog signal. So we need a circuit which can convert the form of signal. Such circuit is called as a data converter. The data converter which can convert a digital signal to analog is called digital to analog converter. DA converter, or in short it is known as DAC. On the other hand, the circuit capable of converting analog signal to digital signal is called analog to digital converter, AD converter or ADC. The function of these two circuits are exactly opposite in nature. DA conversion involves translating digital information into equivalent analog information. We know that a digital signal is the signal which has only finite number of distinct values. The digital signals can be obtained directly from the computers. All the data used by the computer in digital. However, there are some systems which work only on analog signal, and there we require analog to digital converters. As an example, the output of a digital system might be changed to analog form for the purpose of driving a pen recorder. Analog signal is also required for the servo motors which drive the cursor arm of a plotter. Most of the signals available are analog in nature. For example, variation of temperature with time, sound, energy, etc. But all the circuits studied till now do not respond to analog signal. Sometimes the peripherals connected to a digital system responses to analog signal. So we need a circuit which can convert the form of signal. Such circuit is called as a data converter. So this is the definition of a data converter. The data converter which can convert a digital signal to analog is called digital to analog converter, DAC. On the other hand, the circuit capable of converting analog signal to the digital signal is called analog to digital converter, ADC. The functions of these two circuits are exactly opposite in nature. So now we will see DAC. The circuit used for converting a digital signal to analog form is called DAC. In this, the number of digital voltage levels are converted into one equivalent analog voltage. Designing DAC is quite simple and straightforward. A binary data is a group of bits, and each bit has certain positional weight. These positional weights are converted into respective analog voltage by using a set of switches which are controlled digitally. When switch is at position, it is connected to the high voltage. On the other position, it is connected to the low voltage V0. These input voltages are converted to a single analog voltage V0 dash. So then V0 is given by V output is equal to K into 2 raised to power Bn plus 2 raised to power 0 to B0. So K is proportionality constant and Bn is data bit. Remember that Bn can take value from 0 to 1. 0 or 1. So in this figure, it shows the block diagram of DAC. A register is used to store the binary data at first stage. The output of register goes to the level amplifier which has two inputs. The other input of level amplifier goes to reference voltage. The level amplifier works as a switch When the output of a register is logic 1, the output of the level amplifier will be equal to the reference voltage. When the output of a register is low, the output of the level amplifier will be 0. This output goes to summing network, which adds all the voltages and single output is produced. This single output is connected to amplifier, which raises the voltage to desired level. This gives single analog output voltage for digital input data. So this is a register, this is a reference voltage, and level amplifiers, 4 level amplifiers are there. So summing network is there and the amplifier gives analog output. So this is a block diagram of DAC. Okay, the digital inputs are given directly to the resistor and one reference voltage is also there. Now we will see R2R type DAC. The problem is faced by the weighted binary DAC can be overcome by using R2R ladder network. The main advantage with R2R ladder is that it uses resistors of only two values R and 2R. These resistors can be manufactured on IC with high accuracy. So figure shows the 4-bit R2R ladder. One end of the network is used for getting output voltage, while other end is terminated with a resistor of 2R. The current flowing through each resistor is directly proportional to their weight, digital weight, and at open terminal sum of all these currents will flow, giving the analog output voltage. So this is actually, it looks 4-bit binary adder with R2R ladder network. Consider that in here 2R, 2R, 2R are the resistor with digital inputs and R with the analog output. Consider that initially all the inputs are grounded or logic 0 except for MSB, which is connected to logic 1. Therefore circuit becomes like this. Okay. So therefore the resistance at node will be R, 2R parallel to 2R is equal to R, and the circuit will become like this. Okay, so hence the resistance at node will be R plus R parallel to 2R is equal to R. In this way the circuit can be simplified. From Thevenin's equivalent circuit, the output analog voltage will be V output is equal to V into 2R upon 2R plus 2R. So V output is equal to V by 2. Thus 1 at MSB will provide analog voltage which is half of the supply voltage. Now we will see here R2R equivalent circuit of 1000. Okay. Now in the same way the circuit can be analyzed for second MSB. Therefore the data input will be 0100 and the circuit can be simplified like this. Okay. So R2R equivalent for 0100. Now we will see here the Thevenin equivalent circuit for 0100. So from the equivalent circuit of 0100, the analog output voltage is V output is V by 2 into 2R upon 2R plus 2R. So V output is V by 4. Similarly, the procedure can be continued for input 0010 and 0001, which will have the voltage given by V output is equal to V by 8 and V output is equal to V by 16. Okay. So in general for n-bit input, the equivalent equation of output can be written as V output is V by 2 plus V by 4 plus V by 8 up to V upon 2 raised to power n. So V output is V into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 upon 2 raised to power n. So the above equation can be written in the form like this: V output, where V0 to Vn minus 1 are digital input voltage levels and n is the number of bits. Sometimes for getting desired output voltage level, an operational amplifier can be connected as shown in the figure. See, this is the actual circuit with operational amplifier op-amp in inverting mode, and non-inverting terminal is grounded. So this is a 4-bit to R2R with op-amp. So the output of R2R network depends on the digital input. If this output is proportional amplified, it will give equivalent analog voltage. So the main advantage of R2R ladder is that since it uses only two resistor values and one is double of the other, it is easy to design and less expensive. The effect of temperature is minimized as both resistor values will change by same ratio. The main disadvantage is that it requires two resistors per bit of digital data. Now these are the solved examples. What are the output voltage? And calculate the full swing voltage. So for MSB you have to use these formulas, you will get the output. Now here find the output voltage for 6-bit ladder. So just put the values in the formula, you will get the total output. Okay. Now second type of DAC is binary weighted DAC. Every bit in a digital data has some positional weight. This can be used to convert a digital data to analog data. For instance, if we have a 4-bit digital data, the binary weight will be 2 raised to power 3 is equal to 8, 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 4, 2 raised to power 1 is equal to 2, and 2 raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So this binary number can be converted to decimal number by using the formula given by n is equal to 2 raised to power 3 b3 up to 2 raised to power 0 b0. So for 4-bit data, we will have 15 discrete levels between 0 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 1. The smallest change in digital system will be given by LSB 2 raised to power 0. So the LSB will change the analog output by 1/15th of maximum output voltage. As 2 raised to power 1 is double of 2 raised to power 0, so it should change the analog output twice than the analog output changed by LSB. Similarly, 2 raised to power 2 is 4 times that of a 2 raised to power 0. Therefore, it should change the voltage equal to 4 times that of LSB, and 2 raised to power 3 should change the output 8 times the LSB. This can be achieved by using a resistor network so that the resistors are weighted inversely in the proportion to the binary weights as shown. The resistors R, R2R, 4R and 8R are weight resistors, and each bit of binary data is connected to them as shown in figure. Depending on the data condition, the resistors are either connected to supply voltage V, logic 1, or 0, logic 0. So depending upon the resistor value and the bit status, current will flow through R2R, 4R and 8R. Remember, current will flow only when the bit is high, that is logic 1, and current will not flow at all if bit is low, that is logic 0. If current flowing through the resistor R, that is MSB, is 1, then current flowing through next lower bit will be I by 2. In general, the current flowing through LSB will be I upon 2 raised to power n minus 1. So this is the circuit. The resistor RL is very large and the current flowing through it can be neglected. The analog output voltage V0 can be found by using Milliman's theorem. The Milliman's theorem states that the voltage at any node of resistive network is equal to the sum of the currents entering that node divided by the sum of the inverse of the resistances connected to the node. So applying Milliman's theorem to the circuit, you get VOP is equal to this formula. So by applying Milliman's theorem, it can be modified in the following form. So here V0, V1, Vn minus 1 are digital input voltages, either 0 or 1, and n is the number of input bits. Okay. So sometimes it is desirable to raise the analog voltage to a certain level. This can be achieved by using operational amplifier. The op-amp can be connected to the resistive network as shown. So the op-amp will amplify the sum of the currents depending upon the value of feedback resistor. The feedback resistor will decide the gain of the amplifier. The modified formula will be like this, and 4-bit DA converter will look like this. Okay. Now this type of converter uses the same number of resistors as the number of bits. A 4-bit network uses 4 resistors, therefore n-bit network will require n resistors. The value of resistors goes on increasing and one moves from MSB to LSB, and each resistor value is double of previous resistor value. 8-bit network will have the LSB resistor 128 times bigger than the value of MSB resistor. So it requires wide range of resistors, that too of precise value. It is difficult to construct such resistors. The second main problem is that different current flows through the different resistor. Maximum current flows through MSB resistor and minimum through LSB resistor. So the wattage requirement for different resistors is different. The above two facts increase the cost of the network. Now we will see digital to analog converter specifications. Number 1 is resolution. The resolution is the smallest change in the analog output voltage that will be caused by the unit change in digital data. A DAC with large number of input bits has high resolving power in comparison to one which has small number of input bits. So the resolution of a DAC is given by 1 upon 2 raised to power n minus 1. So percentage resolution is multiplied by 100. So resolution in volts in 1 upon 2 raised to power n minus 1 into V, where n is the number of input bits and V is the supply voltage. So second is accuracy. Accuracy is the closeness of the actual output analog voltage to the theoretical output value. The accuracy of a DAC basically depends on resolution, accuracy of network resistors, and the reference voltage. It is specified as the percentage of the maximum output voltage. If a converter has the accuracy of 10% and output voltage for some specific digital input should be 10 volt. Then the actual output may be anywhere between 9 to 11 volt. Now third is linearity error. The relationship between the input digital data and the output analog voltage should be linear in an ideal converter, but actually the relation between the output and input is non-linear. This is basically due to error in resistor values and reference supply. The difference between the linear behavior and the actual output is called as linearity error. So the linearity error is less than plus minus 1/2 LSB. Okay. So the fourth point is temperature sensitivity. As resistors are main part of converter, it is likely to be affected by the temperature. Therefore, even when the digital input is unchanged, the analog output will change with temperature. So the variation of a reference voltage, operational amplifier parameters with temperature will make the converter more sensitive to temperature. Generally, temperature sensitivity is given by ppm per degree Celsius. Typical value is 50 ppm per degree Celsius. So fifth one is settling time. For presence of the switches, active and passive devices, there are always some stray capacitance and inductance which introduce some delay between input and output. Therefore, when the digital input changes, the analog output does not change abruptly. This requires some time to settle the analog output voltage at the value of desired accuracy after giving digital input. The time taken to settle the output is called as settling time. It is also known as speed or conversion rate. This puts a time limit on the speed at which the digital input can change. Typically, settling time is 500 nanoseconds. Digital signals are not continuous, they are discrete signals. A digital signal is defined as signal which has a finite number of distinct values. So digital signals have some advantages over analog signals. The devices used in digital circuits normally operate in one of the two states known as on and off, resulting in very simple operation. Digital technique requires Boolean algebra, which is simple and can be easily learned. Digital circuits requires basic concepts of electrical network, which can be easily understood. A large number of ICs are available for performing various operations. The effect of fluctuations on the characteristics of the component, aging of component, temperature and noise, etc. are very small in digital circuits. Digital signals can be processed and transmitted more efficiently and reliably than analog signals. It is possible to store digital data. Digital circuits have capability of memory, which makes these circuits highly suitable for computers, calculators, watches, telephones, etc. So the display of digital data and other information is very convenient, accurate and elegant using digital techniques. Thus, even though the signal is available in analog form, it is need to be converted into digital form. The process of changing an analog signal to an equivalent digital signal is accomplished by the use of an AD converter. For example, the AD converter is used to change the analog output signal from the transducer, which measure temperature, pressure, etc. into equivalent digital signals. So these signals would then be in the form of suitable for entry into a digital system. An AD converter is often referred to as an encoding device since it is used to encode the signals for entry into digital systems. Now analog to digital conversion. The process of changing an analog signal into an equivalent digital signal is accomplished by the use of AD converter. So up till now we have seen digital to DAC. There are two types of DAC we have seen. Okay. Now we are going to see about ADC. So output of all sensors is always analog in nature of ADC. For example, an AD converter is used to change the analog output signal from transducer, which measures temperature, pressure, etc. into equivalent digital signals. So these digital signals would then be in the form of suitable for entry into digital systems. Entry into digital systems. An AD converter is often referred to as an encoding device, which it is to be used to encode signals for entry into a digital systems. Okay, so today we will stop here, and in next lecture we will go to different types of ADCs. Okay.